webcam company. This is going to be an interesting journey for you, that's for sure. This is serious business. So first things first, when you say webcam company, people assume, oh, it's just a sex fest. And you know, it's just like, you're like Hugh Hefner. When you're in the club with your workers, you look like Hugh Hefner, but in reality, it's a shitload of people management. The HR department, the HR category of the webcam business is the largest and most important thing. You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give it all to you. So it's not an easy task. Now there's a lot to teach here, so I'm going to assume you're not morons. There's certain things I'm not going to completely and utterly intricately cover. I'm just going to say, look, work it out, because it's not the most important thing. The most important thing you need to learn in this course is the people management aspect, how you can run this business from a human perspective, and the hardware and the technical side of things really isn't too complicated. We all know what webcam is. We all know what video chat webcamming is. It's not that complicated. So we'll start there, but we're going to move on to something far more important shortly. So the equipment you need a girl, you need a webcam. The best webcam is a Logitech C920. Write that down, motherfuckers, Logitech C920. And you need MacBooks. The reason you use MacBooks is because it's easiest to screen share with a lot of MacBooks on the same Wi-Fi network as opposed to Windows computers. And we're gonna go into that shortly. So per girl, you need a MacBook, you need a webcam, you need a fast internet connection. Even if you have very good Wi-Fi, plug it in with a wire Ethernet, just to make sure. You need a girl who's prepared to work. And you turn these things into money. Now, what you're gonna find out shortly when I go into it later, what you actually turn these things into is Bitcoin. So effectively what a webcam company is mining Bitcoin. But instead of mining Bitcoin the traditional way with huge electricity expenses and massively expensive equipment and space and cooling and all that bullshit, you mine Bitcoin with some pussy and titties. And we'll get into that later. So that's the equipment you need. MacBook, webcam, plug it in. So Ethernet cables, even if you have to run cables the whole way through your house, fucking do it. It makes a big difference. You might need some studio lights. You can buy LED photography lights for 50, 60 euro on a stand. You might need a couple lights. And this is what I mean when I say you guys, I hope you guys aren't idiots. Obviously, the girl's room needs to be well lit. The camera resolution has to be high. The frame rate needs to be quick. So the internet connection has to be fast. If you're sitting here and you don't understand that you have to have a good quality picture for people to spend money, then why the fuck did you buy the course? Literally, don't be morons. So if you need some lights, buy some fucking lights. If you need to decorate the room so the room doesn't look like a crack den, decorate the fucking room. I will say, actually, caveat to that, you want the rooms and the sets to look like a girl's bedroom. You don't want it to look like a studio. When I was running my studio, I had a lot of people come at me with big money and say, look, we can build this 20-room studio. Each room will have a theme. We'll have a car wash theme and a this theme. Guys are not interested in webcam for that. The more professional it looks, the less of that intimate one-on-one connection they get with the girl. If they feel like it's a professional setup, if she's working for a studio or a business, they don't feel that connection with the girl the same, and effectively your money goes down. You want everyone to believe it's a girl in her bedroom at home on her own. That's what you want her to believe. So when I say make her room nice, I mean make it nice like a girl's bedroom, a nice, clean, nice bedroom. You can't have a shit room, but you don't want it to look too professional either. So for these reasons, if you're sitting there thinking, well, what premises do I need? You need your house. You need to rent a normal apartment. Don't rent any kind of commercial property, industrial property, any of that bullshit. Rent a nice house. When you start to make money, get a nice penthouse or a nice big house that you can live in, a live and work space that is homely and is normal. So now you have a room, which is nice and clean, looks like a bedroom. You have your laptop plugged in on the internet. You have a C920 Logitech webcam on the top. I'm going through all the hardware stuff first because this is quick. The hard part is how you actually run the business. Next, webcam websites. There are only 2 webcam websites worth fucking with. I've tried them all. There's about 20 out there. I've tried them all, and you can only really effectively make money with two of them. The first one is liveyasmin.com. Liveyasmin.com is Hungarian. It's owned by the richest guy in Hungary. And this setup, effectively, is far more the professionals route. It's not the girl at home in her bedroom. It's girls who work for studios. It's professional girls. And even those customers, the men who go on that site, they understand it's professional girls. It's a different atmosphere than the other one we're going to look at. So I think it's the inferior of the two choices, and I would not recommend you use this site. And the reason for that is because, one, they are massive sticklers for audio and video quality. So when you get your whole thing set up, you have to be approved. And unless you have perfect lighting and perfect internet and everything's set up really nice, they're not going to give you the highest rating, which means they're going to deduct some money. They're going to put a financial penalty on you. And sometimes it can just depend on the light outside. It could just depend if it's a cloudy day or a sunny day, your light might change a little bit, and they can be dickheads about that. That's the first thing. Second thing, like I said, is for professional setups. So we're currently in Romania. In Romania, there are webcam studios everywhere. There's one webcam studio down the road called Studio 20 with 100 rooms. 100 rooms, 8-hour shifts, 3 girls a day. That's 300 girls a day working, and they all work on LiveYasmin. So if you're going to go on LiveYasmin, you're going to be competing with big-time guys. And what you want to be competing with is people at home in their bedrooms. You don't want to be competing with serious businessmen, because I know for a fact, Studio 20, the owner of Studio 20 and the owner of the website itself, LiveYasmin, are friends, and they've got some kind of backhander agreement. So all the Studio 20 girls appear high on the web page. They appear at the top of the page. Obviously, if you're going to go on there, you don't want to scroll down 10 pages to find a girl. You're going to go to the girls in the first row. All his girls appear high up because he's given the guy a backhand. It's all this shady business. It's a huge competition market you don't really want to get involved in. You can make money on LiveYasmin, but I wouldn't recommend it. Another reason for that is if you go through the payment structure of LiveYasmin, like I said, I'm not going to waste time. I'm not going to sit here and fucking show you it. Look it up. You want to run a business? Do some fucking research. Look at the LiveYasmin payment structure. You'll see that you only get 20% of the money up until the first $100 or something, and then after that you get 30% of the money, and then after that you have to break through all these payment barriers to finally get to a high percentage of the money per minute, because it's per minute calls. And I know girls who work on LiveYasmin who said when they finally do, because it resets every 2 weeks, so they were doing 10 days of 12 hours a day to get to that highest payment structure, and then those last 4 days they were making all their money. Now they're saying something's happened, was when they finally break through to the highest payment structure, the website's limiting their traffic to prevent them from making money, because obviously they'd rather the traffic go to a girl who hasn't such a high percentage. So there's some snakiness going on there as well. So for that reason, I do not recommend LiveYasmin. I'm only telling you about it because I don't want to say there's only one webcam site. With LiveYasmin, you can make money, but it's not what you're looking for. The website you were going to use is Chaturbate. Chaturbate is how you're going to get rich. Now, I've told very shortly my story, how I kind of started my whole webcam business. I'll tell it again in detail here. I was fighting, I had some money. I had 70,000 pounds in a safe in my bedroom, in my house. I wanted to buy property in Thailand and move to Thailand. I needed 80,000, I was 10 grand short. And I thought I'd go to the casino and make 10, which was obviously, we all know how that story went. So I lost 30, so now I need 40. I needed it quickly. So I was sitting there trying to find a way to make money. So how can I make money? And what I did was, I said to Tristan, I'm literally not leaving my room until I have a way for us to make more money, because I can only fight so many times per year and I know their income. So I got a pen and paper, and I was on YouTube, like researching, you know, how people make money, what millionaires have, and they kept talking about assets. I was sitting there thinking, what assets do I have? You know, I'm trying to buy a property. I mean, I didn't own a property in the UK at the time, so they didn't pay me tax to anyone. I didn't want to pay taxes, so I didn't buy a house to live for me. So I was like, what assets do I have? Okay, I have a car, I have this, I have that. And then I realized I had about 5 girlfriends, all smoking hot. And females are an asset. Attractive females are absolutely an asset. And if you disagree with me, walk in the club with 10 blondes and you'll see who the most important guy in the club is. Fuck the champagne shows. I've walked in the club with 10 girls and there's guys next to me doing champagne shows. Is anyone looking at their table or my table? No one gives a fuck about their table. Pussy is the most important driving force of this planet. Pussy is the only reason that empires were started and wars were waged. It's the only reason all you guys are out there are even interested in having money. If there was no pussy about, you wouldn't care about having money. You'd say, oh, I'll have a little bit of money and I'll just play chess all day. I don't care, I'll play video games. The only reason we want cars and clothes and six-packs and houses and shit is for girls. Girls are the driving force. So when I realized I had all these assets, I had to find a way to monetize the assets. I knew some street pimps. I've known them for a long time. Straight street pimping is a completely... In fact, no, it's not a completely different game. The psychological aspect is the same of what we're going to do. The skill I'm going to teach you is exactly the same. I could easily translate mine to a street business, and you could easily street pimp with the things I'm going to teach you. But I didn't want no one else fucking my girl. That's the truth. My girls. I want to fuck my girls. I want some other guy fucking my girls. What the fuck's the point in that? So, long story short, blah, 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 blah. Discovered webcam and went from there. Flew all 5 girls in at once. Sat them all down. So I've been going out with all of you. Here's the truth. Starting a business, you want to make money or not. 2 decided to stay, 3 started crying, got back on the plane, because they're all different places in the world. I had them from when I was fighting, so I went and fought in Slovakia, got a girlfriend. Went and fought in France, got a girlfriend. Went and fought, so I had all these girls around the world. So I told them all to fly in, sat them all down together. Like, who the fuck are all these other girls? I was like, okay, truth time. Bang. I'm a G, I'm fucking you all. I'm gonna start a business, you're all gonna live here with me. 3 got back on the plane, 2 decided to stay. 2 weeks later, 1 left, and so I was left with 1. But starting with 1 is good, but those 2 weeks I fucked them together a few times, so it's fine. Starting with 1 is what you want to do anyway. So, you now know about the equipment and you now know the website you're going to use, Chatterbait. Like I said, I'm not going to waste my time scrolling up and down through Chatterbait showing you every little feature of the website. If you're that fucking stupid, then you know stand a chance. You now know the website you need to go on. So go on the website, sign up, start looking into things, investigate payment terms, etc., etc., etc. Fucking don't be a moron. Make a studio account and go from there.